the man.
Come here, I'm about to take you higher. We about to set this bitch on fire. Pour a little gas, spark up your lighter. You might not be the one.
Whew, that was a tough workout. So the organ system that I'm going to be discussing today is responsible for your capacity to lift weights, shoot a basketball, and basically do anything. That's right, it's the muscular system, your muscles. The muscles in question that compose the muscular system are skeletal muscles. Skeletal muscles are one of the three types of muscles: skeletal, cardiac, and smooth. But the other two are involuntary and therefore not part of the muscular system. Now, muscle fibers exhibit 5 characteristics: responsiveness, conductivity, contractility, extensibility, and elasticity. So why are they called skeletal muscles? Well, it's because they move the bones of the skeleton, obviously. Muscles are attached to the bones by something called tendons. Okay, so let's imagine that I'm going to pick my phone up. When I pick it up like this, my biceps brachii muscle is contracting. Contraction is basically the function that allows a muscle to move the bone and get it to do whatever you want it to do. So with that being said, I will now detail the process of contraction to you guys. And what's the opposite of contraction? Well, relaxation, of course. So you gotta have both. So the first phase is excitation. So what happens with excitation? A nerve signal goes into the synaptic knob and allows calcium ions to flow into it. The calcium ions then stimulate the release of acetylcholine from the synaptic knob into the synaptic cleft. So the next part of excitation is the acetylcholine binds to some membrane proteins, and when it does so, it allows sodium to flow into the membrane and into the cell, increasing the resting membrane potential. When the sodium channels open, it sets off the opening of other channels nearby and creates something that's called an action potential. The action potential causes the sarcoplasmic reticulum to release more calcium. So the calcium binds to the troponin and tropomyosin complexes that are on the muscle fibers and moves them, thus exposing active sites. What happens next is that the myosin ATPase in the myosin head here breaks down an ATPase into ADP and a phosphate, and it causes the head to cock back and cover one of the active sites on the actin that was exposed by the troponin tropomyosin. That's basically how a muscle fiber contracts. To relax it, the calcium needs to be transported actively away out of the sarcoplasmic reticulum. The troponin tropomyosin complexes then they cover up the active sites so that the myosin can't bind to it, and then the muscle can't contract. But best believe there are more than one type of muscle contraction. There's isotonic, which means that the muscle doesn't move, it just stays stationary. There's concentric, which means the muscle shortens. Finally, there's eccentric, which means the muscle lengthens. The differences in muscles don't just lie in contractions. There's also 2 different types of muscle fibers: slow twitch, or type 1, and fast twitch, or type 2. Alright, well that's basically all I have on the muscular system. Just basically talking about the kinds of fibers, the kinds of contractions, how the whole process of contraction and relaxation works. That's pretty much it. Till next time, peace.
Chalking up the